ADNOC is spending something like 150 billion over the next 5 years, not just into fossil fuels, into alternative energies as well.
That's
but
right.
Clearly there's a gap between that investment level, and some might look at that and say, okay, well, how can the fossil fuel giants really lead the energy transition when there is that type of gap in the investment spending? How do you respond to that?
So for us, what's important, this energy transition that I'm sure you've heard multiple times, that this energy transition is pragmatic and just energy transition. And so when we look at domestically what we're doing, we are already putting out plans, investments, policies to ensure that we take our aggressive approach of revamping or ramping up our renewable energy space and making sure we're phasing down and decarbonizing our old systems, our old energy systems. Now, other countries around us who still need the oil and gas and whom we provide for because the demand is there, that's also a responsibility we take because of global energy security, because of economic stability, but we also take it further in making sure that every barrel that goes out of the UAE is as low carbon footprint as possible. So the investments that you've just mentioned really take a role on decarbonizing our fossil fuels as much as possible, because we believe this is a duty that we have to do. At the same time, we also need to make sure we call out to other countries to kind of get the financing to the developing or to the emerging economies to ensure that the ramp up of renewable energy can come up so that we don't need to export that much oil anymore.
Will the UAE support a phase out of fossil fuels at COP28?
So our target right now is to phase down. We still believe that oil and gas will have a role to play in the energy mix of the world. And for us, it really needs to be emphasized that the renewable energy space needs to be phased up and accelerated as fast as possible to reach to a level where you can say, now we can switch. And that's when you can start talking about phasing out. So for us, right now, the world is not ready for us to switch the switch and go to the clean and renewable space. So oil and gas will still have a role to play, and that's why we talk about phasing down and decarbonizing. But as soon as the renewable energy space reaches to a level where it takes on base loads, where it's able to carry itself a little bit, that's when you can start talking about phasing out fossil fuels.